All right, let's do another problem here, solving for sides of right triangles. And over on the left, you'll notice that I went ahead and put our trig ratio, sine, cosine, and tangent. So now as I do these problems, I always like to start by shading information and labeling information. So what you're going to notice is we've got the angle that is 55 degrees right there. And I'm going to shade that angle because that's the one that I'm going to be working for. And from here on out, I'm going to go ahead and identify the sides. So we know that straight across from the 90 degrees, so if you were to take the corner of the 90 degree and just draw a line straight across, that is our hypotenuse. Once you've got your hypotenuse labeled, we label the other pieces. So the easiest way to do that is I draw from my shaded angle clear across to the other side. That is the opposite. Okay, because it is on the opposite side of the triangle. And then right next to it, that is not the hypotenuse, is the adjacent. Okay. Now, once we've got all that determined, we need to figure out what we are solving for. So in this case, check it out. We are solving for the hypotenuse, which is right here. We are solving for the hypotenuse. So because we're solving for the hypotenuse, notice the hypotenuse is here. The hypotenuse is here. That means we are eliminating tangent right now because there is no hypotenuse in tangent, okay? Now, the one thing we want to do is we need to say, okay, now we're down to sine and cosine because we're looking for the hypotenuse. My next statement is saying, okay, we're looking for the hypotenuse, which is right here. Now let's see what we have. We have the opposite, okay? We have the opposite and we have the angle. So there's the angle, there is the opposite, there is the angle, but there is no opposite in there. The adjacent is there, so that eliminates cosine. So what we've just dictated is saying, or found out is, because we have the angle, because we have the opposite, and we are looking for the hypotenuse, we have determined that it must be sine. So now at this point, we just set this up. So I'm going to set it up right down here. I'm going to say sine of 55 equals to opposite 91 over the hypotenuse, which we call z. Now, this is one of those special problems where we need to multiply and get that variable out of the denominator. So we are going to multiply by z on both sides. The z's are going to cancel. Okay, and then we are going to have z times sine of 55 equals to 91. And once we have that, we divide by sine of 55. Okay, and we just have to type that into Desmos. Now, remember from previous videos, it's really important. We need to go to the wrench on Desmos. Okay, and we need to make sure that we are in degree mode. So we have radians and degrees. You need to make sure that we are in degree mode by clicking on degrees. And then after we do that, we just go directly in and type it in, 91 divided by sine of 55. So 91 divided by sine of 55, and that gives us 111.09. Let's just round this for ease to 111. So z equals to 111. Hope that out. Oh, and I forgot, let's put our units on there. This is in centimeters, so let's put centimeters on there. Okay, hope that helps you out with right triangle trig and solving sides of right triangles.